Emma James here with us for Media Watch, and this is something we all need in our lives, I think, Emma, a website that's helping people avoid perverts.
Yes, absolutely. I should add, not in real life, unfortunately. This is a website that's designed to help people who are choosing what they're going to watch, whether it's television or movies, help them choose whether or not to watch things, including stars and producers who've been accused of sexual misconduct. It's called Rotten Apples for obvious reasons, and basically you can just enter in any name of a movie or a program that you want. Star Wars, for example, gets a clean bill of sexual health. It is referred to as fresh apples because nobody involved in the making of the movie is believed to have had any allegations made against them of sexual harassment or sexual assault. If you're a fan of US political drama, then obviously the one that everybody knows is going to come up as Rotten Apples is House of Cards, and that is of course because of the allegations made against Kevin Spacey. Now, how the website works is you click on the name of the person and it links you to stories that explain what it is that they've been accused of. Interestingly, real life politicians don't get a pass either, because notice Donald Trump, who had a small role in Home Alone 2, comes up making Home Alone 2 Rotten Apples, and you can understand Macaulay Culkin looking a little bit surprised there.
Oh, what does Macaulay have to do with all of that? This could potentially ruin a lot of our favourite movies, Emma.
Well, very much so. The US president, of course, facing multiple allegations of sexual impropriety, to say the least. There is, however, a slight hiccup with this website. It's not entirely 100% up to date, largely because the allegations keep coming so quickly. Super Size Me, for example, the maker of that, Morgan Spurlock, who you see there in that image, confirmed just yesterday on Twitter with a message saying, "I am part of the problem." He then linked to a much longer explanation saying that he had once been accused of rape. He'd also been accused of sexual harassment too, basically saying he was wondering when they were going to come for him, and so he preempted it by putting this message out there on the internet. However, Rotten Apples hasn't yet caught up, and so Super Size Me is still down as Fresh Apples. But if you notice on the website, they do actually ask people to let them know if there's an error or if somebody wants to flag something up. So they're asking people who use the site to help them out because it is such a big mission. Vanity Fair reporting on this kind of gives a bit of an explanation really as to why it's such a big job for them, because it seems to just be a website run by the four people who came up with the idea. They came up with it obviously as the allegations about Harvey Weinstein came into the public eye. Those are the four people. They're four LA-based advertising executives. Interestingly though, they say they're not trying to cash in on other people's suffering, because you may have noticed there was no advertising at all on the website. They're not planning to ever make any money from it. They are just running it for their own good feelings, if you like. And they say that while it may feel like all television, all movies are tainted right now, they only estimate that 23% of them are actually rotten apples, have people who've worked on them who have had allegations made against them. But it is a question a lot of people are dealing with. Should we still watch the work of people who are accused of things that are monstrous? The Paris Review had this piece last month by Claire Dederer, and she talks about the fact that should we boycott the work of those who are accused? Where do you draw the line? She said that despite Roman Polanski's monumental monstrousness, as she calls it, she says she still finds his films to be a thing of beauty. And she says, do we vote with our wallets? If so, is it okay to stream a Roman Polanski movie for free? It is a question a lot of people are dealing with. Do you say, I'm not watching House of Cards anymore because of Kevin Spacey? Or do you say, well, hey, it's only fiction?
Difficult one to answer. But now, moving on to something else, there's also been something of a linguistic surprise today, Emma, from the Oxford English Dictionary.
Yes, absolutely. As 2017 draws to a close, we've got lots of people telling us what the word of the year was. Merriam-Webster came up with feminism, which seemed very sensible. The Oxford English Dictionary, though, has caused a bit of controversy because they've come up with the word youthquake, which has prompted a lot of people to say, well, what on earth does that mean? It actually means a significant cultural, political or social change arising from the actions or influence of young people. It doesn't necessarily spring to mind when you think about the year 2017. The reason that they came up with it is this. It is all to do with Jeremy Corbyn, the leader of the opposition in the United Kingdom. He leads the Labour Party. And he did a great deal to really politically mobilise younger generations in the last general election. And according to the OED, there was a 5-fold increase in the use of the term youthquake. Not everyone's buying it, though, when you look online, certainly on Twitter. Larry the cat, the Downing Street cat, of course, says, retweet if this is the first time you've heard the word youthquake and think someone at the OED is having a laugh. This Twitter user saying, the only time someone has used the term youthquake is while searching for what it means, and there was a huge peak today when it was announced as the word of the year. David Schneider, a British comedian, has come up with an alternative list of runner-up words that he thinks should have got the honour. Click-wazzock, someone who leaves the keyboard clicks on when they text. And my personal favourite, flirt spurt, that extra bit of pace you put in when you pass someone attractive while you're jogging.
I do like that one. Well, thank you very much, Emma James there with Media Watch.